the next complete a lap. Kyle going to go, maybe he's just starting his lap because he didn't move anywhere on my board. So Marcus Richardson to the top, 39.145 in the number 2.
Yeah, he just put down a screaming fast lap there. Wow. I'm looking to see, after Nathan got that damage to his car there, see where he's going to end up with this qualifying. It looks like he's going to, I think he just parked it. I don't think he's even going to bother doing a qualifying run.
And Derek Bordeaux, another weapon for the pole, just smacked the wall off turn 4. He's going to fall to the back and looks like he'll start back in the back of the field.
Well, that's a shame for some of these drivers. I know they're excited to get out here and run this race tonight. They wanted, to try to get the best starting position they possibly could, and to go out there and just whack that wall and destroy the car. That's not exactly what you wanted to see. But, they do have a reset. They'll be able to get their cars fixed and be back out on the racetrack for the race itself. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing any kind of resets at all during the race, or if it's going to be you wreck your car, you're done.
It is once a reset in this race. I do have that.
There is one reset. Okay, good.
Tonight.
Yep. Glad to hear that, because it'd be a shame, because like Nathan was saying earlier, that wall come up and bite you. At least you have one chance to get back out there, get the car fixed, and get back out and try one more time. So that's a good thing to hear. I'm glad to hear that they're going to do the reset there. See, and Nicholas Doucette, he's dropping back here a little bit in the position now. He's back to 4th as Damon Gilbert has completed his qualifying lap. He is now 3rd. Don't see Richardson getting knocked off of this, though. He did put down a screaming fast lap there with his qualifying.
Yep, just watched Tyler Herr, the Extreme Motorsports 99-point leader in the Xfinity Series. He just hit the wall off turn 4. And then I think we just had a situation with Jonathan Shipman, one of those rare occurrences where he was coming off of turn 4, and you get this at Michigan where you want to get around that apron, and sometimes you put 2 wheels in that dirt. And I think it took his lap away with the 2X.
Takes your lap away. Yep, 2X.
Right now, Marcus on the pole, and he's got a good 10th on second place. Tyler Ducharme, you mentioned Damon Gilbert, Nicholas Doucette, David Schutt, your top 5, Mike Rominger, Ken Baum Jr., Dylan Eckert, Matt Simpson, Darren Sizemore, your top 10. There's the checkered flag coming out. Looks like we are going to wrap up practice or qualifying here, and finally we're going to go racing. So let's jump in here and let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Iracing All Stars. Marcus Richardson going to win the pole, 39.144 seconds. Tyler Ducharme will start second.
Starting 3rd in the number 68 car is going to be Damon Gilbert. Right behind him is going to be the Phenom, the number 51, Nicholas Doucette, with a 39.288.
David Schutt, Mike Rominger going to be on row number 3.
Row number 4 is going to consist of Ken Bauman Jr. and Dylan Eckert with a 39.364. He is the Cora champion right now.
Matt Simpson, a 39.380. He'll start in number 33 and 9th. Alongside him, Darren Sizemore in the number 97.
Kyle Putz and Rick Donathan, they're going to be in the next row here. Very, very close times, 39.390, 39.442 respectively.
Connor Anton, with row number 7, I should say. He'll start alongside fellow Canadian Lachlan McMillan.
Then we got the 34 car of Brett Punkari. He is in the 15th position, and Colton Berkey in the 81 car. He is in 16th.
Row number 9, Bobby Cheney and George Bark, the number 100, at 39.476. They actually ran the same lap.
Austin Roberts and James Williams are going to be bringing up the next row.
And Richard Schwinn, he'll start 21st alongside him, John Pusula, 39.590.
Nick Northrop in the number 54 car. He's going to be starting in 23rd. And Salicardi Jr., he is going to be in the 24th position in the 39 car.
Darren Moyer, he'll start alongside Chad Osborne in row number 13.
Josh Lambert and James Gagne.
I believe I got that right. I believe you're right.
Gagne, they are going to be making up the 27th and 28th positions.
James Brown. I've been doing James Brown references all evening. This is a man's world. Anyways, he's 29th. Alongside him, Dylan Bird.
Dominic Dieball in the Dieware machine. He's going to be rolling out in the 32nd position. 33rd is going to be Jordan Malai.
North Malish there in the 33rd spot. Brian Ray, and as you see Kevin McCarthy, he's in the pace car. You notice the pace car is a Corvette out there, but as we wrap up the rest of the field, Derek Cordo, Nathan Sedlock there, row number 18.
Looks like Tyler Hurd and Patrick Verdone in 37th and 38th position. These guys here did not get a qualifying lap.
Correct. Yeah, Jonathan Shipman, Joseph Petrick, and it looks like Steve Dixon will be the rest of the field as these cars come out of turn 4. You see the iRacing pace car is going to lead them, and then following that, what you're going to see is Kevin McCarthy is going to take them out and run one more lap with the Corvette in front, and they will unleash and take the green flag here in tonight's race.
Once again, they were the qualifying times were very, very close, very, very similar to their practice times tonight. Looks like the field is not separated by very much at all. They're all within the 39-second brackets.
And that's going to make this a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, we got, as I mentioned, Chris Scala and also our friend here, Carl Jones, joining us this evening. Let's get a word. Wes Campbell, I believe, is down there on pit road. Wes, you are kind of down there on the grid, and what's the feeling like down there right now?
I'll tell you one thing, while they were on the backstretch, Chris, it was eerily quiet down here on pit lane. Everybody is just handling a little bit with their pit equipment, getting ready for the race and everything. Word spreading through the pits right now is 2 tires. Who will take 2? Who will take 4? Right now, I've talked to a couple of drivers before they started their qualifying session. Some say early yellows, they will take 4 tires. Some say they will take 2. So it is up in the air, but the key will be towards the end of the race, who will utilize the track position, taking 2 tires to take the win. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Wes. And he said it, 2 tires. What is going to be the strategy? When is that strategy going to go to play here this evening? So the ticker is going to say 102 laps. I want to explain that real quickly up top. That is because they assigned the extra lap here with the pace car in front, which is being driven by Kevin McCarthy, the lead admin in this evening's race. I should mention real quickly, just a quick disclaimer, admins are being represented from each league tonight in that booth with Kevin. So it's not just a core dominated or an SRA, USRC, or Extreme Motorsports. So all series being represented up there in the booth. I don't know, man.
Sorry about that. I'm just sitting here. I'm sorry about that. I'm just sitting here listening to Kevin McCarthy a little bit talk, and he always gets me. Every time he gets on there and starts talking, I always stop, and everybody's always wondering, where did Carl go? Well, that's where I'm at. I'm always sitting there listening to some of the stuff that Kevin McCarthy has. He has a lot of interesting things. He's I was telling you in the before we started the race up here, the pre-race, that he's a very, very meticulous person when it comes to running these races, and he is very, very fair. You know, so that's one thing that I know these guys are going to be worried about. You know, what kind of people are going to be running this race. I can tell you firsthand, Kevin McCarthy is probably one of the most fair people on the racetrack. He does not take anything out of any of these drivers. You know, if he sees something happen to these drivers, on this racetrack, he is going to put the driver back that deserves it, not just because he's not with Cora or he's not with somebody that he knows. He's not that kind of person. I know a lot of people have been thinking that, and I just wanted to put that out there, let everybody know that that's not the kind of person that we're going to have to be worrying about out there on the calling this race.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great race to be a part of. 1 lap to green. The lights on the Corvette are off, and we should be racing next time by here around this 2-mile track, 100 laps, 200 miles. 4 different leagues, as I mentioned: Extreme Motorsports 99, Cora, which is Championship Online Racing Association, as I mentioned, Sim Racing Authority, and United Sim Racing Championship. All 4 of these leagues have brought 10 drivers together. They're 10 best drivers, and we might be here for the start of something new and for the first time ever here in iRacing. And we appreciate all the viewers. If you have family, if you have friends, if you have other league members who would like to partake in this, get them in here. This is the only place you're going to be able to watch. It's right here on Races on TV tonight. And I'm nervous. I'm ready to roll. Let's just get this thing green and let's get racing.
Yeah, they're coming off the backstretch now, going into turn number 3. After they come off of turn number 4, you're going to see the Corvette pace car. He's going to dive down on pit road, and he's going to put this in the hands of Marcus Richardson, who is going to be starting this race on the inside pole.
Tyler Ducharme, Damon Gilbert, Nicholas Doucette, and David Shutt going to be your top 5 as they bring them off of turn 4. The Corvette pace car going to hang a left right about. Okay, not yet, I guess, apparently. They will go 1 more to green. Maybe they're doing 3 pace laps.
Psych!
And maybe Kevin's like, hey, I would have joined the race.
He wants to join the race. I'm in a Corvette. I can win this. That's what he's thinking.
Well, he's led the first 2 laps. Give him a bonus point. I'm like, is he going to hang a left? Man, I'm guessing one to go this time by, so now it'll be a 99 lap race technically. But hey, who's counting?
He's just having too much fun. He's out there enjoying driving around in that Corvette. Man, if I get a chance to drive a Corvette around, I'd do the same thing.
One more go and we're going green.
All right, I'm just listening. Got the chat.
2 to green right now.
2 to green right now, so we're 2 laps to green.
We're on lap 3.
Sorry, then it's 1 to go.
Okay, up. We're going green
You're
this
on
time
1 to
by.
go,
Kevin got his
gentlemen.
laps
1 to
mixed
go.
up. So here we go. As you heard it right there over the stream, 1 to go. We are going green this time by. All-Star Racing, and this track is like the perfect place. When we met and sat down, we said, all right, give us 3 tracks that fit. And, of course, Charlotte was mentioned. Atlanta was mentioned. Michigan was mentioned. And when Michigan was mentioned, it was like everybody's eyes went, that's it right there, Michigan.
Oh, absolutely. Michigan is a great track, and these guys can get 3 wide down here. They'll get down on that apron. You're going to be seeing a lot of exciting things going on here right now. And one more time, they're coming off that backstretch going into turn 3. One more time, they're going to be going into turn 4. The pace car is going to be pulling off, and one more time, it's going to be back in the hands of Marcus Richardson here for the start of this race. He has got this race underway right now. The pace car is pulling off, yes.
We are going to have it. Here we go. Green flag racing at the Michigan Speedway. Marcus Richardson, Tyler Ducharme going to lead him to green. 40 cars, the best in iRacing in the iRacing All-Star Race in the Irish Hills of Michigan. We are racing.
Looks like Richardson, he just waited till the last second to put that gas pedal to the floor. But once he did, it looks like the outside line is the line right now that's going to move up. The 08 is Tyler. I'm going to have to say some of these guys named by the first name, some of them by the last name, because I just
Tyler
don't know how to
Ducharme
pronounce
in
them.
the 08
Thank
there.
you.
I'll help you out with that one. Ducharme.
Ducharme.
Side by side down the back straightaway. It's like they just started. Oh, wait, they just did. But Damon Gilbert, Nicholas Doucette, row number 2 into 3 and 4. Who's going to lead that first lap? It's going to be Marcus off of turn 4. And they are still side by side all the way back to about 10th.
Marcus Richardson finally gets his nose poked out to the front end. Yes, he does lead the first lap there as he's going to slide up a little bit on the racetrack. Looks like the number, trying to find out the numbers here of these cars as they're, I'm not used to seeing some of these different numbers on some of these different race cars, but it looks like Damon Gilbert there in the 68 car, he is going to keep it down low. He's going to run around here in second position.
Yeah, he's doing a great job there in the bottom of Ducharme, and Ducharme is not the easiest guy to pass. I'll put that out there right now, but look at Doucette. You mentioned a 13-year-old battling on the outside. You got actually some teenagers there. Tyler Ducharme, a teenager himself, battling on the outside. Not as young as Nick, but right there side by side. David shot there in the 42. Also as Marcus leads lap number 2, and we've got fighting all over this place right now.
Right now we got Marcus Richardson. He's still up here in the lead. Number 2 position is going to be Damon Gilbert. And Ducharme is in the 08 car. I'm trying to get these numbers down. So once I get these numbers, these race cars down, it's going to be a little bit easier for me. David Shett sitting here in 4th position. The phenom Nicholas Doucette sitting in the 51 car here in the 5th position. The number 6 position is going to be Mike Rominger. He has moved up a little bit. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. He's still sitting in his 6th position where he started from, but he did move up from his 28th practice position out on the racetrack, so he had a really, really good qualifying lap.
You see everybody coming by, completing lap number 6 of this race. And again, that fuel mileage, they had those couple extra laps under caution, so you wonder how much of a role that is going to play. But yeah, everybody single file here, first through about the 7th position. And you look back there, a side-by-side battle for about the 10th position. I see Connor Anton and Ken Baum Jr. back here side-by-side.
Yeah, George Barcher, he moved up from his 18th position, starting position, excuse me, up to the 16th position now. Just watched him get around cars like Colton Berkey, one of the good drivers up there. I thought maybe we'd see him going to the front right away, but he's kind of falling back through the field here a little bit.
You're going to have your comers and goers in this race. You mentioned some of the names who didn't qualify earlier, who hit the wall in practice. I'm looking at Derek Bordeaux back there in the 29th position right now. He is one guy that hit the wall in qualifying, so he's got to work his way up through the field. Jonathan Shipman in 33rd right now, so these cars are going to have to fight their way to the front.
Yeah, one of the cars that did not take a qualifying time was the 35 Nathan Sedlak there. He has now moved up into the 32nd position there. He started back there in 36, and right now he is down low on the inside of the 3 car, looking like to see if he can get up here and get past him for another position. Not going to happen. It looks like the 3 car is going to get a little bit more coming off the turn, so Nathan Sedlak is going to have to sit one more lap sitting back here in the back of this pack.
Yeah, he's going by Darren Moyer there in the number 3 cars. He comes up on the back of Derek Bordeaux in the 4. Bordeaux not used to being back in this mess, but knowing Derek Wright is taking his time with all these cars out here. And the great start that we've had in this race so far as we're 8 laps in. Looking up ahead here, Richard Schwint there in the 55, James Garnier, the 05, Brett Pancari all back here. This is all back around 25th to about 29th.
Looks like up here in the front of the pack, they are pretty much all single file back here. Looks like about the top 20 positions now down to a single file line. Looks like a freight train going around this racetrack. These guys are trying to get a feel of these cars, get the cars underneath them. I know they've been practicing out here for the past hour and a half, but you know now they're under race conditions and a little bit different feel out there for them. I'm sure the nerves have ramped up a lot, so they're trying to get all their nerves settled and get themselves ready to run this long haul. And that's where I'd be at. I'd be sitting here in single file, just trying to let the car come in.
And that's
It's
exactly
kind of funny
right.
how you guys are mentioning not only the practice, but how they kind of got to fight their way through up there. One thing that I noticed during practice is I think the first, it was 10 or 12 cars were all within just like tenths of a second of each other. So doing so is going to be some work for this, as long as it's green flag racing.
Well, that's what happens when you get a fixed setup. Now, these guys are all running the same things under these chassis, and you know they're all looking at the same setup. So it's going to be passing is going to be very difficult unless you can get a good run on somebody. Maybe you found something different down low or up high that somebody else didn't figure out. You know, passing is going to be a very difficult thing to do on this racetrack.
You're both absolutely right, and you're seeing the tight battle, and everybody, it almost looks like Daytona sometimes when they talk about that single file train that's going on. That's exactly what you have going on here, but you know, you're 12 laps into a race. To win the race, you got to finish. That's exactly what it comes from, and almost some contact back there. It looked like the 16 of Lachlan McMillan, and George Bark did the 100. It might have been Berkey, actually, in the 81. Almost some contact there, it looked like.
I think Wes Campbell's got some information here on some tire wear for us.
Carl, word is down here in the pit lane that the drivers are talking about the tire wear is so slow that they're hitting a cliff on the tires. When they hit a specific lap, their tires are gone. You will notice cars start falling back if they do not pit and get new tires. They will not be able to handle being up front right at their race pace. So watch out for that cliff. They're talking laps 25 through 28. Watch out for cars coming into the pits because once those tires hit that cliff, they will not be drivable, and then you will see cars falling back very quickly. So watch out for what they are calling the cliff. So once those tires are gone, they will start pitting. We're down here waiting. They are ready for the pits to start here in the next 6 to 7 laps.
Very interesting words there from Wes Carl. You think about that cliff. It makes you wonder, is this a tire race then, or is this going to be a fuel race? Because if you're going to sacrifice your fuel for the tires, you're not going to make it in 2 stops or 3 stops. You're going to have to use those extra stops to get those tires and keep them fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, usually when you talk about Michigan, you do talk about it's a fuel track, you know, because it's a big track. You don't hear a lot about real bad tire wear, but apparently, you know, they have. Well, we'll call it that. We'll call it the cliff. So we'll be watching for these guys here. Once they start falling back to the field, that's probably what's going on. Their tires have just gone to the point where they can't control that car anymore. Looking back here right now at the 9th position of Darren Sizemore, he has kind of fallen back a little bit there. He had moved up into the 7th position, and I don't know exactly what happened, but he got down low there, and a bunch of cars got right underneath him there and passed him. As a matter of fact, another car looks like it's going down low. Looks like Kyle Putz, he's going to take a look to the inside, but thinks better of it. He's going to get back up in behind there and just kind of draft along here on this long backstretch. So drafting does come into play a little bit. You get a good draft on somebody, like I said right now. Here comes the 31. He drafted up to the back of Sizemore, and he's going to go ahead and try to make that pass.
All types of battles back here. You mentioned Putz up there battling with Connor Anton, and
Ooh,
almost a contact there. Look out.
One car got up there. looked like Putz just kind of lost it there on the bottom and got up here into Sizemore a little bit. And I don't see any damage on either one of the cars, so no harm, no foul.
Absolutely. I'm looking back here at Rick Donovan battling Lachlan McMillan right behind him. So, I mean, this is a whole bunch of racing going on here. You wonder if these tires are now starting to fall off just a little bit. But, man, some great racing, exactly what we expected here tonight. And it's been a fight so far. Marcus Richardson's led all the green flag laps so far. But Damon Gilbert has not let him go at all. He is right there in his back bumper. But this fight here at the end of the top 10, you see Bobby Chaney underneath Donathan right now. What a great fight.
Back over here at the front of the pack, no surprise at all. Richardson and Gilbert, they are just right now, they're still pacing, still just following one another. Just it looks like Gilbert's just falling right in the tracks, and it looks like the top four are trying to make a little bit of a breakaway here, so they're going to kind of draft along here. They get 4 cars in a draft, they're going to be a little bit faster, and somebody's sitting out there like right now, looks like Nicholas Doucette kind of got himself off that draft, and he's fallen back a little bit from these guys, as now the SRA car looks like he's going to take a look down to the low side now of Gilbert. He's going to come up here and take second position, so put Tyler up there in the second position now.
Yeah, and David Schutt's going to go to third, so David follows Tyler through, and right now Sim Racing Authority at the top 3 positions here in this race, with Gilbert fourth and Doucette there in the 5th position. And while we got a good green flag run here, let's talk a little bit. Let's start with Cora. Obviously, Championship Online Racing Association. Carl, you got some information about the Sunday Money Series. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, this Sunday they're going to be going into their last regular season race. They run an 18-race season, and then they have a 4 race for the chase. And they take the top 12 cars out of the racing series, and they run the last 4 races just like they do in the regular NASCAR series. They're going to have a full field, but the top 12 are the only 12 that are going to be running for that championship. And right now we have a really, really tight battle for that bubble. We have 3 to 4 cars right now that are looking to either get in or can be knocked out of this battle. So it's going to be a really great race to watch here. They're going into Atlanta this Sunday, so tune into LSR TV at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for that race. It's going to be a great barn burner.
It is going to be a great race, and we want to send a shout to LSR TV as they broadcast that race. And Carl, you're part of that group, and definitely want to salute those guys for doing a great job on iRacing and their service. So, but that is Championship Online Racing Association. You can check out their website and their Facebook page and stuff, and some great racing over there. And true story, I do have 4 career starts in Cora, and pretty good results, I would say, those first 4 races. But
wasn't one of those supposed to be a win?
Should have been.
I heard that.
Should have been.
But back to this race here really quick. I just watched Marcus Richardson coming off of turn number 4 there, getting ready to go down to the through that tri-oval, and he was just sawing back and forth, trying to keep that car straight. He is really working that steering wheel, trying to keep that car up here in the lead.
Yeah, Marcus is a wheelman. He is one guy I've not seen too many people in iRacing that can control a car like he does. He can get that thing loose, and he is fighting literally the wheel out there. So, and he's one that will hold on to it. I know Derek Bordeaux's another one. I'm sure there's other drivers here that I've just not seen maybe that can probably hold on to a car that's 90% sideways, and one that I would take to the infield wall and just kill myself.
Well, right now we're seeing the SRA guys here. They have dominated the top 3 positions now as they've knocked Damon Gilbert back to the 4th position. Nicholas Doucette, he's still hanging in there in 5th position. He started in 4th. He's only dropped back 1 position, so he's still doing good. He's staying up here in the hunt. But not sure exactly what happened with Gilbert there. He just kind of got high there coming out of the turn this one time here. He's got to let a couple cars past him, so he is dropped back to the 4th position. And you got to wonder here, are these guys getting ready to maybe start looking at tires? We'll throw this back down to Wes Campbell. Have you heard anything yet, Wes?
No, Carl, we haven't heard anything yet down here in the pits. They are.
Ooh, our leader
Marcus
just hit
in the wall, yeah.
Just hit the wall. Marcus Richards just hit the wall. He is going to drop back now several positions as it looks like Tyler. I'm sorry, and Ducharme, Schutt, Gilbert, and Doucette. Well, Doucette's going to still sit in position, but he just lost 3 positions there really quick on 1 lap just coming out of the wall. Looks like he's got a good bit of damage there to that right side of that car.
Now go ahead, Wes, what you were saying.
What we were talking about down here in the pits is there was going to either be a yellow come out and cause everybody to go down to pits, or it was going to be green flag stops, of course. But what the word is, everyone's going to be taking 4 tires on the first pit stop.
Which makes a lot of sense. But tough break there for Marcus Richardson, the leader. We were just talking about him being a wheelman and stuff, and He got up in the wall. Another car up in the wall. Looks like Berkey back there might have gotten the wall in the 81. And he is sliding backwards. A lot of cars freight training him, but Colton Berkey with some issues back in the 22nd position. They're 3 wide. Sedlock working his way through the field.
Yes, looks like Nathan Sedlock's doing a really good job working his way back up through this field. Really not a surprise, though, because he's been doing a great job. He ran really good. He was the driver that we thought was going to win this past Sunday here at Michigan, but him and the Storm cars, all three of them wadded themselves up coming out of turn 4 on the last lap. So did not happen for him. But it looks like Damon Gilbert here, he has moved himself back up into the 2nd position now. So he's looks like he's got a little bit of life back in his car. Maybe he might have just been kind of backing it off, cooling the tires down, maybe see if he can make a run here later on.
Well, we got a mess up here for this 6th position. We're up here with Mike Rominger right now. Matt Simpson, Kyle Putz, Darren Sizemore, and Connor Anton. They're all on top of each other, literally, as they are racing for the 6th position. And what a fight it's been.
Yeah, these guys are fighting really hard. There's a lot of pride on the line here. You know, who wants to be the driver to bring this home for their brand, you know, saying that, hey, you know, we're the one who did this. And, yeah, that's why you're going to see a lot of this fighting. And it's not going to just be towards the end of the race. You're going to see it all race long, because it's not just pride at the end of the race. It's pride on where you ran in this race. You know, you want to say that, hey, I ran in the top 10 in that race with the best of the best, you know. So, yeah, you're going to be seeing a lot of this fighting going on.
And just looking to see who's behind the wall so far, and I don't really have an accurate number here on my screen. I know of at least one car that's behind the wall here. I'm not sure if the 27 Array, the 67 on my screen they're not showing, but let me check. Do you guys see them as off the track or not?
I'm not seeing anybody off the track right now.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I'm seeing Tyler Herr. He's running right now in the 40th position. He is 21 seconds back, so he's still on the racetrack going. And matter of fact, he just got around one of the other drivers out here. What was it? Jordan Malish?
Jordan Malish. Okay, yeah.
Malish, I'm sorry, in the 94 car. I'm sorry, I'm slaughtering some of these names here. I'm just not used to seeing some of these drivers.
It's all good, but yeah, just got the. Basically, I use just to explain, I have a ticker over here on my screen, and sometimes it goes white on my screen, and sometimes it looks like the drivers are gone, but they're really still there. So that just happens sometimes. But nonetheless, one person who is still there, it's Tyler Ducharme. He leads, and he's got 1/10 of a second over the Phenom, as you guys call him. Nicholas Doucette there in the 2nd position. Damon Gilbert, Marcus still hanging on there in 4th. David shut back to 5th, and it's a good 4 seconds back to 6th place, Mike Rominger.
Still not seeing any of these guys looking like they're getting ready to do any kind of pitting at all. They're still keeping it out there in the track as they go past pit road here one more time, pass down. Nobody's taking it to the pits, but we do have some 3 wide going on back here in the tri-oval.
The fight is on back here. Look at this mess back here as we got Nick Northrup, Austin Roberts, Ken Baum Jr., Nathan Sedlock is in it, Sal Carty you mentioned. Look at this. I mean, this is Michigan racing at its finest. This is 6th. I'd say all the way back to about 25th.
I'm just taking a look here. Yeah, Nathan Sedlock, he has really done a charge up through this field. He's up to the 18th position now, as he has now just got around Ken Baum Jr. in the 02 car. So looks like Nathan Sedlock is on a tear. I don't know what's gonna happen here once they have to pit. Maybe I'm trying to think of what I do. I don't know if I take 2 tires or if I go out with 4, because right now
we do got some pit stops happening. Not to step on you, Carl. I see Darren Sizemore's on pit road and one other. Brett Pancari, it looks like. You got anything down there for him, Wes?
Hang on, we're moving through the pits right now.
As Wes is tracking him down there, looks like 2 tires at least for Sizemore right now, 2 tires for Pancari. It looks like 4 tires in fuel for the 97 and 34. They will both pull away with their green flag pit stops that are underway.
Nicholas Doucette's going to dive it down to the inside now. He is wanting a taste of this lead as Tyler has kind of rolled it up the track here a little bit and let Dominic get to his inside. So Nicholas Doucette, not Dominic Dyball. He's still back there a bit. Nicholas Doucette, he is working his way back up here. He wanted to get into the lead.
What a fight it's been.
Looks like also Damon Gilbert's going to take a look down to the inside. He looks like he wanted to make a 3 wide.
And he thought about the middle there for a second, decided to back out of it, stay right there on the outside. He's going to push Ducharme to the front. So, but a great fight everywhere. There's fights everywhere, literally everywhere on this track. And I mean, we can't catch it all, unfortunately. But man, it's been some great fighting going on. We'll have to see a little contact back there. Second, third, and fourth.
Well, I got to tell you right now, you know, you had to think you're going into this. Who's going to work with who out here? Because there is drafting that's going to happen on here. You know, you can push somebody to the lead. You can push somebody up positions. You know, you got two guys that are running with the Championship Online Racing Association. They're running side by side. They're fighting harder than anybody else on the racetrack.
And that's the kind of thing you want is, who's going to win the battle between the team, not alone, but you want to win the race, but who's going to be the best on the team right now? Is there 3 wide down to turn 1 almost? Marcus thought about a move there, and he's going to, him and Shutter kind of close together there.
Hey, Chris, we're down here in the pits. It's sounding like the number 2 of Marcus Richardson will be pitting here this time by. It is either going to be the number 2 or the 0-2. We were listening in on the radio traffic. Let's keep an eye out for the Marcus Richardson in 4th position as he heads into the pits here shortly, possibly. It might be all the leaders coming into the pits here shortly. Let's just stand by. They should be coming around out of turn 4 here shortly.
Looks like it is going to be Marcus.
And it looks like it's going to be Marcus Richardson on his way down in the pits. As he make his way down, will he be the right speed? Yes, he is. He's got a good speed in pit entry. We've got quite a few cars in here. We're going to concentrate on the top 5 and see who's taking 2 tires and who isn't. We're going to follow Marcus Richardson down into the pits as he comes down to his pit box. Let's see what tires he takes, how many he's going to take, and we'll see how quick he's in and out of the pits. Here we go.
I should also mention while you're looking there, Wes, Joseph Petrick making a pit stop, Jonathan Shipman on pit road. So just to name a few, and you got Marcus there.
Looks like Marcus Richardson taking 4 tires. He will be taking 4 tires. So we're going to let him back out on the track out of pit road.
Here comes all of our
back down turn 1. We're going to make our way to the next set of cars coming through.
Yeah, here come a lot of one cars out in the grass. He's going to miss pit road. I don't know who that is. It's an SRA car. And he's stuck in the grass. He's going to back it up, I think.
Next, we're going to follow Damon Gilbert. Hopefully, they'll come out throwing the yellow flag for that car that's in the infield. That would be horrible for the leaders.
Not seeing who that was. Who was that? Who was in the grass there? I did not see that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Chris, it looks like everyone's taking 4 tires so far. Everyone is taking 4 tires.
I'll tell you what a change it would be in the picture of this race right now if the caution didn't fly. You know, you got a bunch of cars now that have gone that lap down to the fitting. You know, if the caution were to come out right now, those guys would be stuck a lap down. So,
our next car heads down to the road. Connor Anton stayed out instead of going in with the leaders. He's currently in the 3rd position, making his way to his pits. Let's see if Connor takes 2 tires or 4 tires. I'm pretty certain he's going to take 4 since everybody else has. I'm pretty sure all these tires are right at the cliff. And you know, they're blistering these tires pretty bad, and they're going to get back out there and be as fast as they possibly can once the field resets after all these green flag pit stops.
Seeing George Bark now, he is as a result of these pit stops, he is now our new leader. So he's been out here, and he is now dropping off the racing surface. He is going to be bringing it down pit road.
And George Bark, your leader, and I do want to send out to the viewers watching. You're seeing a little bit of blinking. I'm not sure what the deal is with the cars, but it's like Christmas lights on pit road. But George Bark bringing a 100 car on the pit road, and pace speed is 55 here, I believe, in West. Do you have Rick or George?
Yeah, we're right here with George in the pit lane. Mr. Bark is taking 4 tires and then heading back down pit lane. Pit crew's looking great, and he made a good entry to this pit box. He's still in 1st position as he exits his pit box, making his way down pit lane now, heading back out onto the track. Back to you, Chris.
Absolutely. Tyler Herr going to be the leader now as more cars come to pit road. Rick Donathan on pit road, it looks like. The owner of Extreme Motorsports 99. Rick going to get 4 tires of fuel, looks like. And I'm just looking at some of these pit times here. One time that
we've got a car. We've got Dylan Ackhart in the trial infield, spun out. We'll see if the yellow comes out.
Oh yeah, right there on the apron. That's nothing yet. Ackhart trying to get the car going. He is going to get it going. Tough break for the 29. Let's see if we can get a replay real quick on that. What happened to the 29 of Dylan Ackhart? He had issues coming to pit road, was spinning through turn 4. And locked it down, did a great job and kept the caution from coming out. So great job by the 29. It looks like when we cycle through, Carl, Tyler Ducharme going to be the leader.
Yeah, I'm trying to see exactly what happened. Looks like he got bumped in the rear end there. Dylan Eckhart. That's what caused that spin. He was kind of looked like he was slowing down to try to make it onto pit road, and whoever was behind him, I didn't see who it was right behind him at that point in time, but got into the rear end of Eckhart and spun him out there, going down and making him miss pit road. So Eckhart's got to go all the way around. He's now got tires that have been damaged severely from spinning out, and he's got to go back down, try to make it down that pit road. Can't talk.
Join the club. But Ducharme leads it. Damon Gilbert going to be second after pit stops. Marcus Richardson going to be third. Looks like David Shunt and Nicholas Doucette. Now, I'm looking at some of these pit times. I'm looking at people like Tyler Herr. That's one name that comes to mention. James Brown. I'm seeing under 10-second stops, so not sure if we can confirm that or not, Wes, but maybe some two-tire stops from those two.
Yeah, that was something we talked about earlier in the pits. There will be people that will be back further in the field that will take 2 tires in hopes for track position and a yellow flag coming out. That's just a strategy that they're taking. Will it help them in the long run? We seriously doubt it, but possibly it could. If a yellow flag comes out within the next 5 or 6 laps, it could help them with their track position and just go back in on the next set of pit stops and get 4 fresh tires.
Damon
We
Gilbert.
just had a
Yep, to the front.
Go ahead. Yeah, I was just
Damon
gonna say we
Gilbert.
just had a pass for the lead there coming out of turn number 4. He just dived down really low on the apron and was able to get up around Ducharme.
Absolutely. Damon Gilbert, a great pass there on the 08. You mentioned Damon in the last quarter race had a very good run going on here, so he knows how to get around this 2-mile oval here in Brooklyn, Michigan. So lead change number 6, Damon Gilbert.
Looking back here in the field a little bit here, looking for Nathan Sedlak. Looks like he has made it all the way up now to the 13th position after starting 36th. So he is going to be right now, looks like one of our biggest movers in this race as he is just making a charge through this field.
Yes, Sedlock up to the 12th position, battling with Nick Northrup. He's got Austin Roberts back there with him. The 27 of Brian Ray having a good run. The Polar Bears, I call him. There in the 27 Coca-Cola car.
Actually, I take it back here. It looks like Purdue, he is the one who is the biggest mover in this race right now. He started in 35th position right next to Nathan Sedlak. He has moved his way all the way up into the 7th position. So Derek is having a great run here right now.
Derek is one car to watch this evening. He will sneak up on you, and all of a sudden he will be up front. He's done a great job. He started in the back, as you mentioned, and he is running now in the 7th position as we come up on lap 40. And I want to take this time. We talked a little bit earlier about Cora. Let's talk a little bit about Extreme Motorsports 99. They actually are running 4 series, technically. They have the Truck Series that runs every Wednesday night. Their Xfinity Series, which runs Tuesday and Thursdays. They actually wrap up that season coming up in a couple weeks. The trucks wrap up on Wednesday. But their big series and their big thing they want me to talk about is their Sprint Cup Series that will start. We'll be racing Thursday nights coming up here in just a few weeks. Basically, it's an invitation only for their league for that. So they invite their guys who ran in the Xfinity Series and they're moving them up to the Sprint Cup Series at Extreme Motorsports 99. We actually broadcast some of the races. We'll have actually their race this coming Wednesday for the Truck Series from Homestead. So make sure you check out ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And I do want to send a little shout out to Rick. The ticker you see on our broadcast is actually made by Rick. And some of the things you see on our screen are made by Rick Donovan. So I do want to say thank you to him. And make sure you check out Extreme Motorsports 99. So that's what they have going on.
Just watching Damon Gilbert here. He's just now getting into a little bit of lap traffic here and making his way around that without any problems whatsoever. And so did Ducharme and Richardson. They have all gotten past the lap traffic. Looks like Sut's having a little bit more problem coming off of turn number 4 though. Or excuse me. Yeah, was I right? I'm right.
Yeah, David Shutt.
Oh.
Yeah, they've gone by the lap car of Jordan Malish there in the 94. And one car I'm looking at here on the screen, this is going to shock you. In the Extreme Motorsports League, Tyler Herr is the point leader. He is going a lap down right now in this race on lap 40. The 20
well,
is struggling.
earlier on in the race, let me say I was with him earlier on in the race, and he did get into the wall a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Kind of had some damage there before this pit stop. So I think that's what happened. He got kind of behind in the first place after hitting the wall, and he just might have had a bad pit stop. They had to get the repairs done on the car, so very good possibility that that early shot to the wall might have caused this, because I've been noticing he had fallen back quite a ways from the field early on in this race.
So a tough break for Tyler as he continues to struggle this evening as we're watching a battle here for the 6th and 7th position. Derek Bordeaux has gone by Kyle Putz in a 31. That number 4 is moving through the field. or at number 4, I should say. Yeah, he's moving up through the field, started back towards the back, and is now up in the 6th position. He's some 5.5 seconds back from leader Damon Gilbert here at lap 45. How about this, Carl? Caution-free so far in his first 45 laps. I don't want to use those words because you could jinx it. However, caution-free. That's
well,
been
I'm not really
far.
surprised. I'm not really surprised. I mean, you know, they did bring the best of their leagues to come in here and run this. You know, these guys are coming out here. They're running for pride. You know, and they are the best drivers that each one of these leagues have to offer. So it's not a surprise whatsoever to see these guys out here and run this. I wouldn't be surprised if they take a whole 100 laps under green. It wouldn't shock me one bit.
And that would be awesome if they were able to pull this off. We're actually looking back here, mid-pack. Carl, we're looking at pretty much about Lachlan McMillan, 14th position back. You got Austin Roberts, Darren Sizemore, Colton Berkey, Salacardi, all within about a second and a half of each other here in this battle for position.
Yeah, these guys are sitting about 13 seconds back from the leaders right now, and you got to wonder what's going through their head. They see that the laps are ticking down. You know, they're already almost halfway through this event, and to be 13 seconds back, that's got to be kind of unsettling for these guys. And these are the kind of people you're going to wonder. You know, are these the guys you're going to be looking at? I mean, these are strong cars, every single one of them. Are they going to take 2 tires? Or are they going to take 3 or 2 tires or 4 tires? And what's going to be their strategy to try to get themselves out of the little hole that they've dug?
Well, something else that could be interesting here. I want to bring Wes in on this one. Wes, I'm going to ask you this question. We pitted somewhere somewhere right around lap 35. I think I saw that first pit stop happen. So with that said, what lap do you think we need to get to the finish on fuel?
Honestly, what we're talking about down here is that we're looking at anywhere from lap 58 to 62. 58 to 62 is going to push them pretty much towards the end. They can on fuel if they conserve fuel with yellows and no pit stops. They can make their way to the finish line. Doubtful on that, but if they do run green flag for the entire race, we're looking at anywhere from lap 65 and below for them to be pitting green flag so they can finish the rest of the race.
Thanks, Wes. And Carl, I want to ask you this question because you covered the Cora guys. Out of the field you see here, name me some Cora drivers that are those guys that every week when it comes to something like this, a fuel mileage race, that you're like, this could be a guy to watch.
I mean, you got drivers like Salacardi, Nathan Sedlak, any one of these guys, Nicholas Doucette, any one of these guys, you fit that bill. But one of the drivers that I'd be looking at right now, if it came down to something like a fuel mileage race, I'd have to probably pick the 35 car Nathan Sedlak. He would be my pick when it came down to that kind of one.
We'll have to watch Sedlock there if this comes down to a fuel mileage race. A couple of names I'll mention from the 3, the Extreme Motorsports and 99, also Sim Racing Authority, and then USRC, names like Bobby Cheney. He's one. Marcus Richardson does a good job of saving fuel, and when he knows in advance that he needs to save fuel, he does a good job with it. On the USRC side, you got Richard Schwinn is one guy we talked to earlier. He's really good at saving fuel. He's not one that pushes his car hard. He's one of those, you'll see his fastest laps later in a run, not early in a run. So he could be another name to watch. So that's just to name a few guys here. But let's run through a full field rundown of where the cars are running here, Carl, right now. Tyler Ducharme, he is back to the lead. Actually, they're side by side for the lead as we move up here. Ducharme to the bottom. He's got Marcus Richardson going to help him out there on the bottom. David Schutt back there with him. And we're going to have our 7th lead change as we were about to go through the field here. Tyler Ducharme going to take the lead. Marcus going to move. If he can clear. That's close.
Hold your breath.
So that was close, but going to take second away, it looks like. Damon Gilbert going to fall back to third, or he's going to fight on the outside right now still, but now he's going to fall back to third. It looks like David Schutt running fourth, and you mentioned Nicholas Doucette. He was right there in the 5th position.
Ooh, man, that was a close one there. I was watching. I was right on the Damon Gilbert car there as that was going on, and I was just seeing the tail end of that other car just kind of moving up on his front bumper. I was waiting, but didn't happen. So back to going through this field here. I think you ended up somewhere back around Nicholas Doucette in the 5th position. So we're going to be looking at Derek Perdue. He's sitting here in the 6th position. Then Kyle Putz, George Barks, and Connor Anton sitting in 9th position, and we have Mike Rominger sitting in the 10th position.
Yep, Nathan Sedlock running 11th right now. Ken Baum Jr. in 12th. Rick Donovan 13th. Bobby Cheney at 14th. And William Amaker in the 15th position. Actually, looks like Donovan, Cheney, Williams, Amaker 16th. Mike thing is going everywhere, so I'm trying to get as much as I can here.
Yeah, we're looking at Austin Roberts sitting in the 16th position. Chad Osborne, he's sitting in 17th. Colton Berkey, he has moved up to the 18th position. Salacardi has moved up from the 24th position up to 19th position right now. Then we got Brett Pancari.
Yep.
Did I get that right?
Correct.
All right, I got one in the 20th position.
And 21st right now, John Pasula, Steve Dixon, Richard Schwinn, Dylan Bird, and James Gagne, your top 25.
Sitting back here in the 26th position, we got James Brown, but I hear we got some cars pitting right now. As we're going through this, I'm hearing word of people that are coming into the pits one more time for the second round of pit stops. We have James Brown sitting in 25th, 26th is going to be Dominic Dival. John Pansula has dropped back to 27th position. Steve Dixon, 28th, 29th position is going to be Richard Swindett, and in the 30th position we got Dylan Bird.
Looks like Pancari's coming to pit road. Is that who you're seeing there, Wes?
Yes, it is, Chris. We've got Brett Bucari in car number 34. He's in 26th position right now, coming down pit lane. He's making his way into his pit box right now. We're going to see if he takes 2 tires or 4 tires. This might be a short pit. We don't know. We're going to find out right now. Stand by.
I don't know if I like the strategy for Pancari. It's line 55. He's not making it to the finish on fuel right now. So I'm not sure if this is an unscheduled stop or
Possibility he might have been one of those people that had to walk him out and fight him.
Yep, we were just looking at his right side of his car right before he got in the pit box. It looks like he took his reset, had a little bit of damage on the right side of his car. Not a lot, but I think he's just giving a short pit stop in hopes of a yellow flag so he can do that, you know, get that position for the next round of pit stops. He can stay out. Hopefully he gets a yellow flag soon.
yeah, he's going to come out a lap down right now in that 34. So tough break there for Brett Pancari. Great catch there by Carl, but green flag all the way through. We're past halfway, just shy of 40 laps to go, and anybody can win this still. Tyler Ducharme has looked strong. Marcus Richardson, David Gilbert has looked strong. He's been around with strong cars this evening.
Yeah, I was just watching them there. There was getting some lap traffic running into them there, and they were actually down 3 or 4 wide coming down the straightaway trying to get around some of that lap traffic. Kind of held my breath one more time here. If I keep doing that, I'm going to be lightheaded by the end of this race.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Make sure you keep your breath there. Driver Marcus Richardson out of turn 4. He rides right behind Damon Gilbert's going to make a move to the bottom. Here comes Marcus. The 2 car going to go inside and trying to take that second position away.
Yeah, they did it once before. They got around Damon Gilbert, but Gilbert was able to get his lap or get his positions back. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Schutt's going to get position on him too, so that's going to knock Gilbert all the way back here to the 5th position.
One of the lap cars just hit the wall right in front of the leaders. I think that's the double. That was 23 of Jonathan Shipman. Jonathan struggling a little bit this evening as he is running back in 28th. We do have 28 cars on the lead lap. Jonathan trying to fight to keep himself on the lead lap.
Richardson really quick there took a look to the inside of Ducharme, but thought better of it. Now he's going to, one more time, he's going to take it down low on Ducharme. He's going to see if he can go up here. He wants to lead this race now and does not do it this lap. Nope, doesn't make it this lap, but looks like next time by, Richardson's going to be our leader.
That'll be our 8th lead change of the evening. Marcus Richardson back to the front. Hopefully this time he's not going to mess it up like he did earlier when he was leading and knocked the wall down just a little bit there. But Marcus back up to the front. That'll be the 8th lead change of the race once they get back across the start-finish line.
All right, Chris, our next pit stop is going to be Bobby Cheney in the 24 car. He's in 23rd, now 26th position, making his way into his pit box. We're going to find out right now if he's going to take 2 tires or 4 tires.
Cheney, one of those, he will try the strategy of short pitting here. He's going to try to get the fresher tires to try to steal some track position here. So,
Chris, that was a 2-tire pit stop. Bobby Cheney did take 2 tires. That was a short stop.
yeah, that's not a surprise on my part from seeing Bobby Cheney the way he likes to race. He will try those kind of strategies to try to steal track position away, and sometimes that's the way you have to do it. But the only risk is if a caution comes out, you totally put yourself in a bad spot then.
Looks like we're going to have another fight up here in the front for the lead position one more time as they're getting around the lap car. The 23 car, I'm not sure who that is right off the top of my head, but anyway, they were looking to mix it up here for the lead one more time, but they're going to go back single file coming out of the turn. That was a really close call there with that lap car, though. He got up there in the wall just a little bit and kind of came back down there towards Richardson. Kind of scared Richardson a little bit there, but I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's Jonathan Shipman there in the 23. They just went a lap down. Jonathan in the 27th position. And the next car that put a lap down was actually last night's Extreme Motorsports winner from Texas. And I'm talking about the 21 of Josh Lambert. So definitely to see, again, it just shows you the competition out here, how you could go win your league race, and then you come out here in an all-star race like this, and here you're running 27th.
All right, Chris, our next pit stop is going to be the car number 97. He's in 19th position. He's making his way into pit road right now. Looks like he came in pretty fast to enter the pit lane. We'll go back and see if he got a violation or a black flag for speeding in the pits, but he's making his way to his pit box now. We're going to find out if he's going to take 4 tires or 2 tires like the last car.
Yeah, Darren Sizemore, that is. William Amaker also on pit road there in the number 36.
Looking back here now to the 35 car of Nathan Sedlak one more time, the 32 car of Mike Rominger, as these guys have been racing pretty hard here now for the 9th and 10th position. Looks like Nathan Sedlak is going to be the winner of that battle right now. He's going to pull his car up into the 9th position. So he has moved up from 36th position now all the way into the top 10.
We've got Colt Berkey entering the pits right now in car number 81. He is in 19th position as well. Looks like we're looking mid-pack cars are making their stops early, trying to get their lap back later in the race when the leaders go into the pits. I think they're trying to determine if the leaders are going to be pitting next time by. We'll see if Colton Berkey made a good choice coming in right now. It looks like he's going to be taking 4 tires and getting right back out on the track.
I mean, this is, I'm looking right now, Wes, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think any of these guys can make it on fuel still. I think you need to get another 5 laps, maybe even, if not more, to make it on the finish. And there's going to be somebody here, we need to keep an eye on it, that can get to that lap. If you get to 35 to go, you might be looking at the guy going to victory lane.
Yeah, and right now we're hearing on the radio, Connor Anton is he's actually conserving fuel in the corners in 12th position. You can hear him shutting his motor off. He is actually trying to conserve so he can get the latest pit stop as possible to try to make it at the end of the race. Like we said, anywhere from lap 65 and above, if they can make it to the end of the race. So they're pushing it as far as they possibly can. It looks like Connor Anton's going to continue. He's not pitting, but he is conserving fuel in the corners. We've heard it on the radio, and so it's something to look out for. They might be doing this towards the end of the race as well, Chris.
Yeah, we're actually riding on board car with Connor, and you can hear him shutting his engine off. You can hear it on the stream. He's shutting it off about halfway through the turn and then going right back to the throttle. So I don't know how much fuel that saves you because you're not off the throttle long, but it's saving maybe enough here for some of these guys as Marcus Richardson is coming to pit road.
He's pitting. Yep, he's pitting. He almost got her sideways coming down here. Very, very close to getting that car around there coming into pit road.
Sal Accardi just left his pit box, took 4 tires. He is currently in 27th position, making his way back out on the track.
Tyler Ducharme will inherit the lead as we watch Marcus bring that number 2 to pit road. He's got that first pit stop being the pole sitter. Locks it down. Let's see 4 tires in the field on the Civic here. I don't think he can go with 2 beats some of the faster cars.
That's right. We've got most of our top 20 cars that are going to be making their way into the pits right now. We've got over 10 cars in pit lane right now. It looks like Nick Northrock is taking 4 tires. We're going to continue our way down pit road and see who else is taking one.
Wes Ducharme and Shutter on their way down pit road also. The 2 leaders, they just split off and came down.
Ken Baum Jr. in the number 02 car took 4 tires as well. Looks like everybody in the top 15 cars are taking 4 tires for their pit stops. And you've got those guys that are out there trying to get their lap back that pitted a little earlier.
Oh.
And then the guys that were already a lap down that were trying to stay out.
And Ducharme almost hit our pit reporter there as he almost got in the wall on the left side there. He had to back his car up just a little bit there. As I saw, Wes had to jump out of Dodge. He almost tripped over a Goodyear tire. That would not have been good. But one car we do need to watch, and it looks like he's coming to pit road right now. Damon Gilbert might be the first of those cars that's like, hey, you know what? He might be able to make it, but Ducharme, tough break.
I can make it from here.
Like we said, Chris, Damon Gilbert, the number 1 car that has been dominating all night, the 68 car, and he's been in the first position all night long. He waited till lap 66 to make his way down pit road. He is pretty certain he's going to be able to make that car to the checker flag without another green flag pit stop. That is the man to watch out tonight.
Absolutely, man. That might be the guy to beat now. James Williams just leaving pit road in the Cheetos number 12. But you're looking at the 51 also on pit road of Doucette. So there they go, 4 times fuel, and they both pull away. So these are the guys that we need to watch. The longer we go, maybe make it on fuel. And I know Wes is going to be back there using, I think he borrowed his Larry McReynolds calculator there, which is about the size of a table. As he'll be punching in buttons and figuring things out. And I heard you actually have to jump on the buttons to get to work. Is that true, Wes?
Yes, that is very true.
Back up here in the front, though, George Barks, one more time, one of the last cars to pit in this cycle of pit stops also. He stayed out the longest the last time. He's staying out the longest this time. He is trying to get every ounce of fuel he can get out of that car. But George Barks is he's still out here in the lead.
Bark doing a great job. No fish. I will not put any pun jokes out about George Bark, okay? I promise. I'm just letting the viewers know. I'm very bad with puns. But
Also,
George,
Chris, sorry to interrupt you, let you know, Connor Anton, the guy we saw saving fuel through the corners, almost loses it entering pit road, trying to slow down to pit speed. Hopefully he didn't go over the limit there. He is currently in second place. He's been saving fuel. He waited all the way till lap 68, and he had just ran out of fuel while going down pit lane as he coasted down into the pit box.
now I wasn't able to check Wes or even you, Carl. I'm not sure if you can find back to where Connor last pitted, some of these guys last pitted their first stop, because that might be able to tell us right there how far these guys can go when they take the fuel, because right now you're at 35 to go. As I said earlier, I'm thinking 30 to 32 laps. We're at 34 to go. And here's the million-dollar question now. Who saves the fuel?
Connor Anton pitted at lap 35. He pitted at lap 35. Let me do the numbers and see what they can do after that.
That 35 was with 4 laps of caution, I believe. At the beginning of the race.
We haven't had a.
Well, I'm talking about on the start.
Oh, you're talking from the beginning of the race. Yes.
So that could be very interesting to see here. So we'll have to put that calculator to work and figure it out. You see Richard Schwint going a lap down, Superman. Getting passed by Marcus, who inherits the lead now. Marcus
Richardson's back up here in the lead. David Schutz, he's going to be back up to second. Ducharme third. Damon Gilbert is in fourth. So pretty much what we saw going into the pits is what we saw coming out of the pits. And one thing that I was going to say earlier, but did not get a chance to say was, the top 3 guys there, top 4, they had about a 3-second lead on the rest of the field. And right now, it looks like Richardson has really done a really good job. And I guess that's getting his pit stop and getting back out, because he actually came back out. Now, he has a full second lead over Shutt.
He does have a second. Remember, he did pit a few laps before these guys. And the one, if anybody lost on pit road, it's Tyler Ducharme with almost hitting that inside wall on his pit stall. He has fallen back to the 3rd position. He's actually at the back of this line. Is there 3 wide down the back straightaway here with Shutt and that blue car there, who I believe is Ducharme. So, and one car we do need to watch is Derek Bordeaux in the now 5th position, started in the back. But real quickly, I do want to talk about SRA, as we're mentioning some of their drivers right now, as we talk about each league being a part of this race. Sim Racing Authority, a league that you can actually watch here on For Racing Point TV. They race every Sunday and Monday night. So they'll be on, actually this Sunday we're not broadcasting the race due to some other things going on. But the Truck Series on Sundays, and that's the PC Master Race Series, and then the Sideways Series on Mondays. They have a chase format themselves this year. For the first time ever, the top 12 after 10 races move on. And then after 3 races, 6 men will go for a championship at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in both the trucks and the Gen 6. Talking about pressure. Those series, they're just starting out for the first time this year for Sim Racing Authority. You can check out simracingauthority.com. And, of course, like I mentioned, check out their broadcast here Sunday and Monday nights here on For Racing Point TV. So, a little bit about Sim Racing Authority. And, yes, Marcus is the all-time leader in wins in that series with 50.
Well, I want to add something here. I think Nathan Selleck might want to think about going into that Sideways Series, because just about 2 laps ago, he had that car. I was reading the side of the car.
That is
and
never
coming off of turn number 4 there, I was reading the side of his car. So yeah, he might want to think about joining that sideways here because he did a great job of wrangling that bag in and getting underneath him again. But that was close.
Sedlock doing a great job running. Looks like I got him in the 9th position here on my screen, and he was another one that started in the back. So Sedlock and Bordeaux. There is a hard charger award, by the way, in this race. So there could be 2 nominations right there for the hard charger award tonight.
We had a close
Chris.
call there with a Superman car there. Looks like he was getting lapped by Shutt, and Shutt just got into the back end of his car there as he was coming around him. So close call there for Shutt, our second place driver.
Let's check in, Wes. You got something?
Yeah, Chris, if we go green for the rest of the race, there's only going to be a handful of cars that are going to be able to make it to the green flag. Most of the field is fingers crossed, hoping that they can finish and have it yellow before the 100th lap of this race. So there's, like I said, there's only about 7 or 8 cars that are on the lead lap that are going to make it all the way to the 100th lap. A car to watch out for, Connor Anton. He's in 13th position. Actually, he's in 12th position. He's making his way around the track, and he is still, after his pit stop, shutting his engine off in the corners. He's planning on running all the way to the green flag. There are a few other drivers that are doing the same strategy. I don't know if they're on the same team as Connor, but they've got the same information, and they all pitted on the same lap. So they are taking it all the way to the checker flag. There are still, though, a lot on the lead lap that are going to have to pit, Chris.
That is going to be interesting to hear right there. 5 drivers potentially, and that's it, maybe able to make it to the finish. Again, you go back to the mentioned names. Damon Gilbert, Connor Anton, as Wes mentioned. I don't know, man. This race is, there we go, ticker dying on me. This is good, but going to get wild.
And taking a look back up here at Richardson now, he is actually growing his lead. So he's one driver right now I can say, I don't think he's conserving fuel. He's pulled this out to a 1.3 second lead now, and he's just driving away from the field.
One of the rare technical issues that we have with the ticker, unfortunately, this evening, kind of going away on us. We'll see maybe if it fixes the blinking issue I've had with some of the cars, but apologize for the technical difficulties there. But you mentioned Marcus pulling away. Marcus, this is the right strategy. If you can't make it on fuel, the only thing you can do if you're Marcus, drive
the field,
tar out of your car and get as far out as you can so that you can try not to lose much track position. Because right now, if you pit, you're still going to be running top 20 because of the cars being so spread out.
And like we said, Chris, Marcus is one of those drivers that hit it on lap 65 that'll put him 33 laps all the way to the finish. Typically, if they can conserve their fuel through their corners and whatnot, as long as they aren't pushing their car too far, their car should run all the way to the checker flag. But there are a handful of cars in the top 10.
Is caution out for the first time? Caution is out
on the field.
Dylan Eckert, the 29, is spun on the front straightaway. Oh, this changes everything.
Well, can you say strategy is out the window? Because I just saw it fly.
Yeah, and now, Carl, what we're going to see here is the next pit stop. Who's going to take 2 tires? Who's going to take 4 tires? I think that there might be a few people that are going to be in the back 15. They're going to be taking 2 tires to get that position and try to stay up front to the end of the race.
Well, we do have 22 cars still on the lead lap. It's going to be 23 after this because they're going to have the lucky dog, which will be John Pansula. He'll get his lap back. So let's kind of reel this thing back in here. Let's see what's going to happen. We got 23 cars on the lap. Who is going to be the first car to decide, hey, 2 tires and think for me, that's the only way right now that I think I have is getting back.
We're trying to get a replay here of the incident with Eckert, but unfortunately it looks like I'm unable to pull it off here as I'm trying to see what happened to him. But tough break there for the 29. Looks like he was spun over in turn 4. Not sure if he had contact or not. But here it is, the first caution out, and here we go with the strategies. We're going to have 24 laps to go. Richardson, David Shutt, Tyler Ducharme, Damon Gilbert, Derek Bordeaux. This ought to be interesting. Here we go. Let the pit stops begin. Wes, we'll let you take it from here.
We're going to keep our eye on the leader, Marcus Richardson, Chris. We're going to see how many tires he's going to take. It's a good possibility he takes all 4 tires. He's got a bad, fast Chevy Camaro that's running around here at Michigan. We plan on seeing him taking 4 tires. If he doesn't, that is a huge strategy from him to maintain his first position on his pit pit strategy here on pit road. Here he is in his pit box. He's pit cruiser over the wall, going around to the right side, yanking the right side tires off, dropping the car. It seems like he is taking 4 tires, but it doesn't look like anybody's running past him at the end of pit lane. He's going to hold first position. And, oh, man, second place almost got in front of him and got that first place.
A great race off pit road. Mike Rominger had an interesting angle there on pit road. He was facing 90 degrees sideways. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it on pit road, but see, Rominger looks like still going to come out with a pretty decent pit stop when it is all over with. But we're going to have about a 21-lap restart, a great green flag run, and the first caution of this all-star race comes out with 24 laps to go. And Carl, let's reset ourselves here, because this is going to put a lot of these fast cars that were not able to catch up, like Derek Bordeaux, Nathan Sedlock. You mentioned some of those names. They've got a shot now.
Well, I mean, this is going to do a couple different things here. I mean, Marcus Richardson, he was pulling away from the field. You know, they're going to have 4 tires on him now. Everybody's going to be right up where they were, like at the beginning of this race. It's going to be like the start of this race all over again. Nobody's going to really be able to get away from everybody. You know, that the big thing that kind of drew this field apart was those 2 green flag pit stops. You know, it helped kind of break this field up a little bit, and it gave Richardson that nice little lead he had there. So, yeah, this is a reset. This is going to be an interesting finish.
And you're going to see a lot of cars taking a wave around here, a lot of cars going back on the lead lap. I'm looking up ahead here at the pace car, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cars in front of Marcus Richardson, about to be back on the lead lap. And when this thing is all said and done, we're going to have 34 cars back on this lead lap when we go green.
Yeah, these guys just got lucky. You know, they were able to be in front of the pace car there when or be in front of the leaders there when the caution came out, and they're behind the pace car right now. But they are, as soon as we go 1 to go, they are all going to get their lap back. They're going to come back around, join up to the back of this field, and it's going to put 35 cars, like you said, back on the lead lap, fighting for this win. So I think the last car we're going to be looking at right now is going to be Tyler Hurry. He's going to be sitting here in the back of the field, the last car on the lead lap.
I'm going to ask everyone in the chat that's watching so far, what are your thoughts on this race so far? Have you enjoyed the show? Have you not enjoyed it? We want to hear your feedback over in chat, and I'm going to ask you the same question, Carl. Your thoughts on this race so far?
It's everything that's built out to be. It's been a tremendous race. These guys have been doing one hell of a job out here. They have shown a lot of respect back and forth through the different brands, and it's just exactly what we thought it was going to be. It's been a lot of fun, and it's getting ready to become even more fun, because these guys are all bunched back up one more time for this what's going to be a 20-lap shootout at the end of the race.
And you don't have to worry about the calculator. You don't have to worry about the fuel mileage now.
Poor Westy wore himself up, jumping up down on that calculator.
Yeah, he burned some calories this evening there. Definitely getting the spaghetti or whatever he had for dinner out of his system, I'm sure. And don't have to worry about a workout this evening or tomorrow.
That's right, Chris. I kind of did a huge sigh of relief when the yellow came out. It was just making it more and more nervous, because my calculations could have been wrong, of course. But you know, just to touch on what you were asking, Carl, I'm going to put out there, this is unbelievable. We've been waiting for a series on series, league on league race, and for it to be the first one to be an all-star race is unbelievable. To go 79 laps under green but without a caution is absolutely insane. It's an awesome show so far. It's everything we expected it to be, and I cannot wait to see more races just like this down the road.
Now, I do want to ask you this question. Have you heard of any penalties this evening?
None.
No.
There have been no penalties yet.
That is awesome. I mean, for a race where we sat last Monday, I want to say it was, over in TeamSpeak and put the rules together for this race. No penalties so far, knock on wood.
I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen now. I mean, because they're going to be bunched up on the start. They're starting over with, they're going to have, what, 20 laps to go when they go? So, I mean,
think the word
how
you're
hard are they
looking for
going to
there
be
is
pushing?
do caution-free stuff.
And they could, and I should mention here, the start will actually happen at the cone at the entrance of pit road. They should be taken off to get the green flag here, and there it is. Green is out. We're back to racing. Marcus Richardson, Tyler Deshawn, the drag race is on. One car jumping to the outside. Not sure who that was back mid-pack. But here they are sorting 2 and 3 wide out.
Yeah, as soon as Richardson went for that loud pedal there, he was able to pound it out there to a really quick lead. He was able to get up to the front here and actually scoot up and kind of block these guys off and being able to get back around him here on the start of this race. But take a look at here. We got George Barks sitting up here in the 3rd position after I'm sure that he had to have only taken 2 tires on that pit stop because he was back around, where was he? He was about around the 10th, 12th position there for a while. And he all of a sudden just jumped up here out of nowhere and sitting up here now, and he's dropped back to 3rd, but up here to the front of this pack.
Some tires I want to mention, they're 5 wide on the front straightaway down in the
Oh,
middle.
man!
Holy cow, look at this.
Woo, that was exciting. I don't even know where to go with that. 5 wide. Wow.
Oh, some contact. Austin Roberts and Colton Berkey. Everything's okay, it looks like, though. But I do want to answer your question real quick. I'm looking at times. George Bark, Derek Bordeaux, Connor Anton. I'm seeing less than 10-second stops on their times. I'm assuming those are the 3 that took 2 tires.
I guess I kind of asked my question at, how
they went 5 wide.
aggressive they're going to be.
Did everybody see that? Wow, I'm just amazed that they pulled it off.
They did. I kind of want to go back and do a replay, but I have this weird feeling that I do that, and here comes the wreck,
Bad word.
Okay, the 5 wide. Yeah, let's go back and see it. How about that? Let's bounce back to the 5 wide move here. There's the restart. You're going to see it, as I mentioned, back where I'm looking for Colton Berkey. That's the guy I want to find here. You're going to see the restart happen here. And let's you'll see the restart, and they're going to come out of turn 4 as we watch it all over again here.
And as you're watching this replay here, I just want to let you know that it looks like Bordeaux is going to drop it down low, take it 3 wide there underneath the Damon Gilbert car. The pass didn't happen, but he just dropped that thing right down to that apron, went 3 wide there for the pass, to try to make the pass there for the 6th and 7th position.
Absolutely, some great racing there. We'll get back to live here in a second, but for those who want to have a snapshot of this, you don't see this in a race often without a wreck, so we got to show it. The 5 wide move, watch this here. They're going to come out turn 4, and they're just going to fan out. Right there to 3 wide. Now they're 4 wide, and right there, there's 5 wide on the front straightaway.
Kind of shades of Pocono Speedway there when they did that, because that's what happens at Pocono. They come out of that turn 3 coming down the front stretch, especially at the start of the race. You'll see a lot of that at Pocono where they'll go 5 wide, but you don't think you're going to hear that at Michigan. You hear 3 wide at Michigan, but 5 wide, wow.
Yeah, what turn 4 is? You see Ducharme move to the bottom on David Shutt. Sim Racing Authority definitely starting to take over this top 4. As you see Bordeaux back in the 5th place. Back in 5th, right there battling with Damon Gilbert. He's got Doucette back there with him. Also Kyle Putz, Ken Baum Jr. and Bark starting to fall back with those 2 tires.
Looks like Damon Gilbert's going to go ahead and give a shove here to one of the SRA guys here. Like I said before, it's really got me. I'm really proud of these guys because they're not out there just battling with their, trying to push their guys up ahead. They're helping anybody that they can because they know at the end of this race, you help somebody else, they're going to help you. If it's not for a position, they might be able to push you one more position up. If not for the win, they might be able to push you up for one more position.
And there's a trophy on the line, by the way, for the winner tonight. So there's awards on the line. So top 3 get trophies and plaques. There's going to be a hard charger award. There's going to be a hard fighting award for those who were involved maybe in an incident, which we've only had 1. So I don't know how they're going to give that award away tonight. Good luck with that. But it's been everything worth its money. And real quickly, I do want to mention, to get the last series out of the way, is 1 car up against the wall there. Back in about 10th place, I think that might be Connor Anton or Lachlan McMillan. I'll have to check on that, but I do want to talk about USRC real quick. The series, this is one that I run with my father, actually, who's adminning the race tonight, helping with Kevin and those guys up there. But we run Tuesday and Thursday nights, truck series on Tuesdays, V-Cars on Thursday night. The 2 truck races are going to be broadcast live here on Racing One TV, and then I will be in the V-Car race, actually participating. We'll broadcast some of those races, not all of them, maybe on a tape delay or something like that. But With that said, make sure you check us out. Come watch and be a part of the league as we actually get started in 2 weeks. We're actually doing a weird race actually next week in the trucks and V-car, the Monza shootout. We're going to put bonus points on the line, 5 for the winner in the trucks, 10 for the V-car, and it's a 20-lap shootout at Monza on the oval. No cautions. So have a little fun with that. So that's
Well, that sounds like it's going to be exciting.
yeah. So, but speaking of exciting, man.
We were talking about the hard charging over here. It looks like Eric Bordeaux, he has moved up from 35th position to 5th position, and it doesn't look like he's done yet because he's been taking looks at the inside here a couple times to Tyler in the 08 car. He's wanting to get that position, so he's not done yet. One of the other drivers we were watching earlier was that Nathan Sedlick in the 35 car. He had moved up from 36th position. He's still sitting back there in 9th position. Don't count him out. This race still has 9 laps to go, so anything could happen.
AC Marcus crossing the line. I'm actually showing 11. So you guys have 9 or 11 to go?
Now 9 to go.
Now 9 to go. That's what I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 9 to go now.
Okay.
So Connor Anton also, he is doing a great job here. He is up in the 11th position after starting 13th. He's been running right around the same area this entire race, but yeah, he's been running a great race. He's the driver that we've been talking about. Been shut the car off. Doubt he's doing that now though. We got a wreck.
That trouble on the track back. It looks like Darren Sizemore's in it. The 97. Look out, he's sliding down. Everybody's going to avoid it. And the 97 of Darren Sizemore going to bring out caution number 2.
Trying to see what happened there. It looks like the number 40 car of James Brown, the CEO of Cora, just kind of got into the quarter panel there of the 97 of Sizemore and got him around. That's a total shame, and these guys have been running a great race, and they're back into, like we said, the close quartered racing, and cautions do breed cautions. And it took a little bit of time to happen, but here we are back into our second caution.
Oh, yeah. Brown looks like maybe a little bit of a block on the 39. And he just misjudged his corner a little bit and got into 97. That's going to put the pit strategy into play. Let's move up ahead here because I believe they're on pit road here very shortly. And we are about to see that strategy we talked about, the 2 tires and stuff. This might be the time to do it. But you know what? I'm thinking 4 right now because you just ran 10 laps on that run. That's a quarter distance. Get 4. That's my opinion.
Leader is staying out.
Wow.
Chris Marcus Richardson made a decision to stay out on the track. He felt like his car was good enough. He is also conserving fuel. They went as much weight as possible because the lighter these cars were getting, the tighter they were getting in the corners. So you will be hearing a lot of drivers shutting their cars off. But the leader did stay out. He felt as if though his car was good enough to take it to the checker flag.
Well, you've seen Richardson, Sutt. Well, actually, Richardson, he didn't even fake it. But you've seen Sutt, Gilbert. You know, these guys, they were all looking to go down pit road. When they seen that Richardson was not going, they decided against it, so they stayed out. So you're going to have Sutt, Gilbert, and Bordeaux, and looks like Sedlick. The big winner on this is going to be Nathan Sedlick. He moved up a bunch of positions because he decided he's going to keep his car out on the racetrack. So this could help somebody that, like Nathan Sedlick, who is running around in the 9th position. He moved him up to 6th. Not a lot of positions, but his positions nonetheless.
Looks like the first car that came to pit road is Tyler Ducharme.
Ducharme, yep. He was the first one I saw
And
go
if
in.
he's the first one out of pit road, and we'll have to confirm this, and maybe we can get Wes to confirm this, he's 24th. Did the 23 car stay out just now?
Yes, Chris, it's looking like all 23 cars stayed out and did not pit. It was only the back cars that were either a lap down or the ones that were involved in the wreck.
No.
Well, there was a couple of couple of your leaders did come down pit road. I think it was somewhere around the 5th and 6th position. I think it was for sure came down pit road. So
this is going to be interesting. Now, I do want to bring this up because we've been talking about lap-wise. I want to get this on the right track with you guys because on the ticker I have 9 to go. Is that what you guys have? Or do you guys have 7?
well, I'm looking at they're just getting ready to complete lap number 94.
Well, remember, we got the 2 extra laps because of the caution at the beginning of the race. So so we got to add those 2 laps, I believe, in. So we should have 8 laps to go.
The race will end at lap 100.
It is ending at lap 100, so there's going to be 6 laps to go then. Okay,
I do
stand
believe so.
corrected. So that was just something I wanted to be clarified on, so when we get to the finish, we know when the end of this race is going to happen. So I wasn't sure, because technically they went green at lap 4.
Well, we can say this for definite. This is our last try to get a restart on this race. If anything happens after this point, it's over. So this will be the last chance to get this race restarted under green and finish this race with a green flag. If anything happens after this and it goes caution, right up until lap 99, this race will then at that point end under the yellow. They do not have a green-white checker in play for this. iRacing does not have that available. So this is their last chance to get this back under green and finish this on the green flag.
Now, I'm sorry. I was going to say I did send a PM real quickly on TeamSpeak over to one of the admins to get that clarification, just so we understand. It is going to be 102. So the 2 laps at the start were because of just the caution behind the pace car. So I just want to make sure. So there are going to be 7 laps to go right now. So we are going to get about a 6-lap restart. So I just want to make sure we were all on the right page there. So yeah, I know it was a little confusing.
But any way you look at it, though, this is their only chance to finish this under green. They have to do it right this time, or it will finish under yellow.
And like you said before, Carl, cautions breed cautions. We did have a 10-lap push after our first caution of the race. Let's see if they're going to be jockeying for position for the win or for a top 5 finish. This could get very exciting leading up to the end of this race. The lights are out on the pace car. We're going green next time by.
Man, you got to go all in now. You got what you got. Your bet is made. Marcus Richardson, David Schutt, Damon Gilbert, Derek Bordeaux, Nicholas Doucette going to be your top 5 as we go back to green, Carl.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting finish now because there is a lot on the line here, and what's on the line is pride for your brand. And we got a nice mixture of cars up here in the front, just exactly what we were hoping to see coming to the end of this race. You have drivers from all brands sitting up here in the top, looks like about 6, 8 cars. So it could be anybody's race here at the end of this.
Not to point this out, I want to point out the guy who's running in the 10th position right now. Remember earlier about lap 50 in the unscheduled pit stop for hitting the wall for Brett Pancari?
Pancari, yeah.
In the 10th position right now, so he's got a shot to win this thing.
Wow.
This is going to be interesting. Here we go. We're going to see. You thought 5 wide was impressed. Get ready for maybe 8 wide.
Yeah, they're going to be using the grass.
Yeah,
they're going to be using the grass. They're going to be coming down pit road as fast as they can because they're going to try to get this as wide as they can possibly get it right now for this lead.
All right, pace cars off, seatbelts on, drinks in hand. Get your popcorn ready. Here we go. Green flag. Marcus gets a good jump.
Yeah, looks like Marcus Richardson's going to get that good jump like he did last time. Schutt's going to be sitting up on the high side in second place. That's a really close call between Schutt and Damon Gilbert there as they just about had some major contact coming into turn number 1.
Man, looking back mid-pack. They are fanning out. Look at this 3. I see 4 wide. Marcus bringing the snake. Look, it looks like Pocono all over again, as you said.
They're doing it up here in the front also because right now Damon Gilbert, he has been up to the top, down to the bottom. He went all the way down just about to the apron trying to block off Sut there for that pass.
They are racing hard, and they are racing to the finish. 5 to go here in Michigan. Look at this. They're in the grass back there towards the back.
Told you they'd be in the grass. You didn't listen
called
to me,
it.
did you?
Yeah. You called it. Look at this.
Well, it looks like Richardson's going to get himself out there into as big a lead as he possibly can with these last couple of laps.
Oh, one car sideways to 21. Oh, he's coming back up. Big wreck on 2. Up in the fence. Caution's going to come out. Brian Ray's in it. Gagne.
And that is the race.
Maybe.
That's the end of the race.
You think it's it?
That's it. That's it. Yep, they're not going to be able to get it back under green. You're going to have at least it's over.
Marcus Richardson going to bring them back to the line. There will be 4 to go, and I think this is going to be it. I think you're right.
If anything, it might be a 1-lap shootout.
That's what I was just going to ask, if it would be a 1-lap shootout.
Maybe. The pits would have to
It could
open.
possibly be up to the admins to quick change that and but I doubt that would seriously happen. You know, that's one thing that we're looking at in iRacing to come out is a green-white checker, of course, and also admin's able to put out a red flag. Anytime we're, have a bad wreck like that on the front stretch, have admins have the ability to throw a red flag out and stop all cars on the track so that we can continue racing and not have to do so many green-white checkers. But at the same time, it's good to have green-white checkers and have these pit strategies and whatnot. Some of these drivers, they want to stay out and they want to gain position, but some of them are in desperate need of tires right now.
From what I'm seeing, and I'm doing the math in my head, the pits are going to open right now. And you're going to have the lap cars pitting at 2 to go. So, yeah, I'm thinking this race, it looks like, is going to be over. Marcus Richardson, it looks like, is on his way to victory lane here in the iRacing All-Star race. I want to go back. I didn't get a chance to look at the replay of what all took place. I got back to the 21 was pretty much drifting the corner, and it overcorrected back up the track. Let's see how it all transpired here.
It also looks like our first penalty of the night has been given out to Brian Ray, was given an EOL penalty.
I think
for
that was
that
probably
wreck.
because of him being so slow and didn't want to give a black flag. That's probably why that happened, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's the only penalty that I've seen so far tonight. So.
Oh, what happened? They were 3 wide in the corner. There was contact everywhere, and the 21 got the worst of it. It's what happened there. 3-4 wide. Malish gets in it. The 50 involved. 21 of Lambert. Oh, and more wrecking up in front of that. Dixon involved. Looked like the Bark and the 100 up in front wreck too. So a pretty big wreck when it was all over with.
Gonna have some very happy people and some very upset people.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to be happy. In the obviously the wreck there in the end, that's going to make people unhappy. But you know what a race! What a race! 3 cautions in the end, and a good assortment of drivers. Yes, Sim Racing Authority congrats to them for having the top 3 finishers.
Let me interject something here real quick. We still have 2 laps to go. Okay, under caution, under green, but this may be a telltale sign of what might happen. We just had the car get his lap back with 2 to go. So usually the next lap around, the pace car will shut the lights off. We might get a 1-lap shootout.
Well, wouldn't that change things? Let's see what we get.
I'm watching.
That happens, that will be
this has just been amazing to begin with. I mean, that would just be the icing on the cake.
I'm watching the pace car right now. I'm curious to see if the lights go out. They did not. They did not go out.
No, they didn't.
So, for all intents and purposes,
It's over.
Richard Sutton is going to be the winner of the inaugural race. So, congratulations, Richard Sutton. David Sutton, 3rd place, and Derek Perdue, 3rd place. You know, this is all unofficial right now. Wow. Kind of a disappointing again. I was kind of hoping for that big who's going to charge to the last lap, but you know what? It's been an exciting race all the way through. Can't be too awful disappointed, but
Yeah, nothing to hang your heads over. Great finish, great race in the end. Marcus Richardson, David Shutt, Derek Bordeaux, Sim Racing Authority going to get a 1, 2, 3, but still a good mixture of cars throughout the field. David Gilbert going to get 4th. Nathan Sedlock from Bordeaux and Sedlock from 30-something up to a 3rd and 5th place finish. Nicholas Doucette going to finish 6th. Osborne going to get 7th. Ken Baum Jr. going to get 8th. Lachlan McMillan, Brett Pancari going to be your top 10. So just a great race all across the board. And just to real quickly, I want to thank the viewers for being a part of this first broadcast. If you get a chance, hit that follow button. We got a lot of broadcasts here on For Races Only TV, and I also want to send a shout out to you guys, Wes for helping us out, and then also you, Carl, for helping us out. Lance being in the booth here. You guys have been a ton of help tonight, and hopefully you've enjoyed the broadcast and everything this evening, and hopefully it's been worth your time.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you for allowing me to hang out with you all. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been a blast out here watching these guys, and once again, Wes Campbell. He's one of the guys who. He's been itching to get up here in the booth with me here for the past few weeks with Cora, and just haven't been able to get him up here as our in-card reporter because we have had not a lot of cautions, And that's the only time we usually bring a driver up for an in-race report is when we're under caution. And poor Wes, but he finally got up here and got to get on with me and did a great job down there in pit road. Thank you very much, Wes, for
thank you, Carl,
stepping
and
up
thank
and
you,
doing
Chris, and Fro TV and everything that y'all do. This has been an awesome broadcast. It's been a great night, unbelievable racing. This inaugural event is by far a stepping stone that we plan on seeing a lot more of these down the road. I cannot believe how amazing of a race we've had tonight. It's been a blast, and once again, thank you, Chris, and everything that you do, and Carl, and it's been a wonderful night, and hopefully we'll be seeing some more of these races happening very soon, and at some tracks just like Michigan. So,
and I'm pretty sure you will. We'll be meeting up probably here in the next couple of days to discuss the race and things we can improve, things you might not want to see next year and stuff. We can't wait to get with Rick and with Kevin and James and Bobby and Austin and all of us getting together. But it's been a blast. It's been a first. And as what they say about a first race, there's always a first-time winner for everything. And coming off of turn number 4, it is going to be Marcus Richardson. Put him in the books. The first winner of the Iracing All Star race in Michigan goes to Marcus Richardson. David Shutt going to be second. Derek Bordeaux, Damon Gilbert, and Nathan Sedlock, your top 5. We're going to talk with the top 3 here as they wrap up. They'll get to pit road here, and I'm sure they're going to just put their cars over in the pits like they usually do. Carl will send Carl down there to talk to the top 3 as we're going to real quickly go through the final results of this race. After I click a few buttons and get them, there they are. Here we go. Final results. There it is. Marcus Richardson, David Shutt, Derek Bordeaux, your top 3. Damon Gilbert, Sedlock, Doucette, Osborne, Baum Jr., Lachlan McMillan, Brett Pancari, your top 10. William Amaker, Sal Licardi, Colton Berkey, Mike Rominger, and Dominic Dyball, your top 15. James Williams with a 16th. Austin Roberts, Tyler Ducharme back up to 18th. John Pensula going to finish 19th. Tyler Herr in 20th. Rick Donathan 21st, Jonathan Shipman 22nd, Northrop 23rd, Kyle Putzen 24th, not a good run for Kyle. Cheney, James Brown, Connor Anton, Matt Simpson, Richard Schwint, and Steve Dixon, your top 30. George Bark, James Gagne, Darren Sizemore, Jordan Malish, Dylan Bird, Joseph Petrick, Darren Moyer, Dylan Ackert, Josh Lambert, and Brian Ray. Going to end up being the 40 finishers, and Patrick Borden also finishing. Looks like 40 first one's all over with. Kevin McCarty didn't race. He was the admin in the event. So there you go. Wow, it has been crazy, and the cars are...
Yeah, I'll grab them.
Yeah, that was a very exciting race there. Like I said, it was just kind of a shame to have it end like that, but you know, like you said, they can't hang their heads, man. They did a great job for the first 3/4 of this race. They ran it under green, and not even a hint of a caution. It wasn't until right there towards the end where, like we said before, you know, cautions do breed cautions, and that's exactly what we saw happen. You know, got these guys all bunched up. They're tired out. They're wore out. This has been a long race, and just a couple mistakes they made, and that's what happened.
Absolutely. Let's go down and let's check in with the top 3. Carl, who do you have?
Well, we're down here in Victory Lane right now with Marcus Richardson. Marcus, great race. Looks like you had these guys all day long. You had their number. How did the car feel, and what are your thoughts after this race?
Well, the setup was really tight. That's normally my driving style is when I could get it to rotate in the middle and get off the corner pretty good. So the set suited me pretty well there. I don't know. I made a mistake early in the race. It really ticked me off, but luckily we had the reset and I could recover from it.
Well, you did a great job. Like I said, you were out there up front most of the race. You led a good big portion of this race. What were your thoughts there when that first caution came out?
I was actually kind of happy because I think some guys could make it on gas or at least go for it, and there was no way I could do it. So caution probably saved me there. Someone else probably would have won the race. I was not liking the second caution though. That point I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, you won the inaugural race. We'll just call it the Race of Champions because that's basically what all you guys are out there. I mean, you all look great. You put on, this is one of the best shows that I think I've seen in a long time. You went 3/4 of this race here, just about with no cautions, no sign of a caution, and yeah, what did you have any kind of pit strategy whatsoever there, or was that all out the window once the cautions came out?
If it stayed green, I was probably gonna pit with about 7 to go and just get gas. Um, I knew that was gonna be my last pit stop. The tires didn't fall off after that, so I knew I wasn't pitting again. So when we had the caution with 10 to go, there was no doubt in my mind I was staying out.
Well, I know you're anxious to get back there with your crew and celebrate this win. Any shout out to anybody you want to thank for today?
First, I have to give a shout out to everyone who put this on. It was really good racing. I was actually kind of surprised of how competitive and fun it was. Hopefully, you guys put on it again next in a couple weeks or whatever. I don't know how often we're doing this, but it was really fun. Give a shout out to everybody at SRA Motorsports, the league I race in. You guys were broadcasting it. I haven't got a chance to watch it, but I'm sure you guys did a fantastic job. All the admins. I'm sure I'm missing some people, but it's just way too many people to thank for putting this on.
Yeah, great job.
All right, well,
Congratulations to you, Marcus.
that's
And, yeah, I'm sorry, Carl. I was
Marcus.
gonna say, great job, Marcus.
That was Marcus Richardson. Thank you very much for giving us the time and great race today. And I believe that Chris Alka has caught up with our second place finisher.
Yeah, second place tonight, David Schutt. David, you had a hell of a run this evening battling with Tyler for a little bit there. Tyler decided to pit you, and Bordeaux there catching you from behind there, but still a great second place run for you tonight.
Yeah, man. That was a tough second, but I'm glad it was to Marcus because it was a pretty tough field out there. Man, there's so many people to thank for this. All the admins and you, Chris, and all the guys in the broadcast booth, and Bobby Cheney for allowing me to be on this team. It's just a really wonderful experience.
Talk about, we brought up the cautions. You were one of those drivers that probably were short on fuel, weren't going to make it. How much did that caution make you feel better? No, you know what, now I got this track position. I got to go try to win this thing.
Yeah, after I think was the second caution, that's when I kind of got worried because I wasn't sure who was going to stay out or pit. I didn't want to make the wrong decision and jeopardize my race. But luckily, it was pretty easy. We both stayed out, and yeah, we got 1, 2, 3. All of us SRA drivers.
Yeah, I know that's something you guys are definitely proud of, and a great job, well-earned second place run there. And send a shout out again to whoever you'd like to.
Yeah, everybody who was involved putting this race on. Yeah, it was just awesome. And big shout out to all the SRA drivers for putting on a pretty good performance.
Absolutely. Great job, David. And as a matter of fact, I believe Wes has the dart, as we know him as. Derek Bordeaux, your third place finisher.
Yes, we've got the dart here. Finished third place tonight in our Iracing All Star race here at Michigan Raceway. Derek Bordeaux was also our hard charger for tonight. You started in 35th place and made your way all the way up to third. How did you do it? What was your strategy? And I mean, I cannot believe you went that far through the field. You're the only one that went that far through the field to finish third place.
Well, I really don't know how I pulled it off. First of all, my plan originally was to qualify good, and I just screwed up both my 8 laps. Once I knew I was starting 35th, I was like, well, we're just gonna try to move forward as slowly as possible, and for me, it went like really fast. I mean, at the first pit stop, I was all the way up to 6th somehow. People, I don't know, I may have hurt people from going 3 wide sometimes, but you know, I was like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do to get to the front. I know I couldn't lose any more times to the lead group, and once I got single filed, I passed Bobby, and then I passed Doucette and Putz. I was slowly catching leaders because I don't know, Marcus told me they weren't going so fast, but yeah, pretty. Well, this is pretty much a victory for me for both. First time I moved up like 32, 33 spots. I'm not sure. But it's an achievement for me.
All right, Derek, that's awesome, man. Hey, congratulations on your top 3 finish in the Iracing All Stars race here at Michigan Raceway. You got any shout-outs you want to say to anybody that's out there listening right now?
Yeah, shout outs to any of the viewers out there that watched this pretty good race. Everybody that put this, it was. I know there's a lot of effort put into this. I'm gonna watch the broadcast. Shout out to SRA for putting this great group of guys together that raced over here and put up a great performance representing our league. And yeah, that's about it. All the drivers that ran into this, pretty good drivers, clean. That's why I like the race.
All right, iRacing, there's your third-place finisher, Derek Bordeaux at Michigan Raceway.
All right, Wes, thank you very much. Let's get our final thoughts here before we take off for the evening. Wes, I'll bring you in on this, too. Your thoughts on this race?
Awesome racing tonight, Chris. We've seen a lot happen tonight on the racetrack. We were talking about the whole tire and fuel strategy and the cliff of the tires when the tires would fall off. They went green forever, and then finally the yellows came out in the third quarter of the race. And, of course, like we said before, cautions breed cautions, and it just got worse and worse there at the end, but better at the same time because the racing, we were getting 5 wide on the front stretch, and you absolutely could not keep your eyes off of those top 10 cars. They were out there battling it out to the first place finish. It was absolutely an unbelievable race, and it hopefully, this is, like I said before, this is a cornerstone that we're going to be going big from here on out.
I definitely agree with you, Wes. Lance, you got to kind of sit back there and eat all the pizza that we had in the booth. Hope you left a couple slices for us, but talk about what you saw.
What? There's pizza?
Nice.
Sorry. But anyway, no, dude, it was awesome. It was an amazing race. I just couldn't believe how far they went without, caution free. It was just phenomenal.
And Carl, final words for you.
Just like I said earlier, this race was everything was built out to be. The excitement level just was at a frenzied peak, and it was just a lot of fun. These guys put on a tremendous show. A lot of respect shown out there on the racetrack between all these different brands. These guys, you got to figure a lot of them have never raced with with some of these other drivers before, didn't know what to expect, and man, they just put on one hell of a show. I mean, it was just. I was grinning from ear to ear when the start of this race, at the start of the race, and it hasn't stopped, man. I've just enjoyed this immensely. I want to thank you, Chris, for having me come in here and broadcast with you. Had a lot of fun, and just looking forward to the next time we get to do this together.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I definitely thank you, Carl, and I thank Wes and Lance, and thank all the 4 leagues for allowing me to come up in the booth. I mean, there's so many different broadcasters that could do it, and they asked me to do it, and I'm definitely honored to be a part of that. So appreciate the leagues for being a part of this. Cora, Championship Online Racing Association, make sure you check them out, their Sunday Money series on Sundays. Actually, and I'll mention it with Carl and you guys at LSR TV broadcast that, and we wish you the best for the rest of the season there. Sim Racing Authority, Extreme Motorsports 99, and USRC, of course, Extreme Motorsports 99. They got their Cup Series coming up very soon on Thursday nights, but they have their Wednesday truck race here on For Races Only TV Wednesday, and then their B-car race later on that week. So it should be a lot of fun there. And Sim Racing Authority, you can see them Sunday and Monday nights, and then with their chase format coming up in about a month, and then USRC kicking off their new season a week from Tuesday and Thursday. So it's definitely a lot of great leagues here in iRacing. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. Congratulations to Marcus Richardson, the winner of the first ever iRacing All-Star race. And for Wes Campbell, Lance Mead, Carl Jones, Chris Scala here, and we definitely thank everyone for watching us this evening, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon. Thanks.